really. I mean, you're not gonna be able to. Yeah, well, I'll be right back, you guys. Just give me 1 second. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Happy Friday to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's actually Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. What's up, OG? What's going on, Daniel? Barris? What's up, Solo? How you guys doing? I'm eating something. I hope you guys don't mind. It's been a hectic week, and things are not getting any better. It's getting worse. All right, so usually I would go live on Friday instead of Thursdays. Um, I had to pay the landlord half of the rent because I keep struggling to give her the rent that she needs, and apparently she has a bunch of people in her house that are not paying her. I don't know. She's saying she needs money, and she wants to put me out of this room and put somebody else in here to have me on the couch because she's saying, well, they give you time, but I still got to pay rent. It's not like I'm staying there for free, right? And she was like, well, we'll talk tomorrow. I don't really want to talk to this landlord, to be honest with you. But she's trying to get, she has a bunch of people that live here. And for some reason, I don't know if they're paying rent or not, but what's going on? Remembered? Oh, from Texas. That's what's up, man. Thank you for tuning in. So, my other roommate is going to be leaving this end of this month. And I did some research myself. And and I found a really nice landlord. Um way better than the one I have now. And she doesn't charge for everything. She's only charging a $350 deposit, and all I'm gonna be paying is $650 a month in a community, a peaceful community. And it's so nice that the lady will seem so nice. And you know, over here where I'm at now, it's just a bad location. And dealing with a landlord that likes to overcharge people for everything. And it's just she's trying to move people in here, hoping that she'll get some money. But then she has $1,000 room upstairs, and I don't know. Apparently, like the person ain't paying her enough for that room. I don't know. She's talking about catching up on bills and stuff. But my thing is, I don't know. I just know that in Alaska, they don't have very many job opportunities. That aligns with my skills in technology. And the reason is because there's a lot of hiring freezes going on here in Alaska to prevent layoffs. And at some point, I don't know. See, I'm living in the state of Alaska. Remember, moved to Indiana a few years ago. Good jobs up here. Job pays $25 to $20 an hour. What's going on? Zero Stowe. Jesus loves his man. Appreciate that. Bless. Rastafari. Jah love. Stay blessed, brother. Are you from Black Eyes? Peas. Mm, we don't need that. Don't know who Black Eyed Peas is. We ain't got time for goofiness. As I said before, this is not a gospel channel. I don't know why people keep coming in here throwing Jesus on everybody. And get rid of that too. This is not a gospel channel. I mean, you could talk about it, but don't come here throwing Jesus on everybody. Because the thing is, when God created the universe and everything there is, He gave us everything: five senses, smells, the ability to think and reason, to be self aware, everything. So coming in here saying that stuff, everybody knows that. I'm not saying you can't talk about Jesus Christ. And yes, I'm pretty sure I'm a believer myself. But you don't see me sitting here quoting scriptures and preaching. The only thing I'm preaching is this screwed up society that we live in the United States of America. Dealing with a president that's just plummeting this country to no ends meet to no end. That's the only thing I'm preaching about and ranting about. Everybody knows Jesus Christ. Everybody knows that Jesus Christ loves them. We don't need to be told that. And there are people in this chat that don't believe in God. Some are atheists. If you're going to talk about those things, talk about it where it's appropriate. And as I said this before, this is not a gospel channel. This is not a Christianity channel. This is a channel where I rant and review and I talk about all the crazy stuff that goes on in this crazy country that we live in. Yeah, don't come in here with nonsense today. You can talk about it, but don't come in here quoting scriptures and stuff. You got too many church folks that come in here quoting scriptures, saying the same stuff that everybody knows. Everybody knows that Jesus loves them, but everybody should know that Jesus also punishes people. Anyway, so so apparently the crazy landlord is trying to move me out of this room, and she's trying to replace me with somebody else because she's saying that she needs more money, which I don't see what how's that's gonna resolve anything. Because my thing is, if she moved me on the couch, I'm just gonna move out and just be gone. And then she starts saying, "Well, it won't be permanent. It'll just be, yeah, but I'm not doing that." There have been times I paid my rent in full. But like I said, I just don't like this place. It is a prison. It's like people have to walk on eggshells. They can't interact with other roommates. They can't do nothing without her jumping in because she wants to be in the center of attention. So she said she wanted to talk to me tomorrow. I really don't want to talk to her tomorrow. I'm tired. I've been walking 1.3 miles back and forth to work for 4 days a week, every week. And then I got other stuff that I need to do. And just don't want to be here anymore. This place is starting to become a prison. Anyway, she's trying to get some other people in here saying that she needs the money. But I don't really see the point because she got all these people in her house and they still not paying her according to what she's saying. You got somebody in $1,000 room and they still not paying you. I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. How do you have so many people in your house and they're not paying you? Now, I paid her half today of my hard earned paycheck because my manager screwed up my hours because I had trouble trying to clock in. this week. And I told her, I don't even think she listened to what I was telling her, but I told her, like, I was going to pay her next week in July. It'll be on a Thursday. So that way I can build up the money and I can keep paying her in full like I've always been. But right now, she's getting to the point where she's moving people around, and I'm just hoping she reconsiders that, because even if you move me out of the room, it's not going to make the situation any better. It's not. Whoever hit the like, I appreciate the like button. And this place is a prison. I know I said this before, but I want to revisit why I started this channel. I thought about it, and it seems that I came across some and I thought about a few things that I haven't realized before. So not only am I doing these videos and started this channel to share my experiences, to talk about relatable things, but I'm also making videos like this to I kind of lost my train of thought there for a minute. to to show you guys that people like myself are going through the struggle. Whoever hit the like button, I appreciate it. And at first, I did it because I wanted to make money on YouTube. And I figured, what better way? You know, you can't talk to anybody here in the United States. Everyone is prejudiced. They don't want to talk to you about nothing. They don't want to meet new people. Nothing. You get called a creep. You get called a stalker, a rapist, a pedophile, all kinds of crazy names. And these are adults that are saying this. I did this channel also to have a place where I can vent and talk about relatable things that other people are going through. YouTube is pretty much a place where I can actually talk about those things in private. I guess you can consider it like out at the time I was using it as my own diary. So then it just became a hobby where I got on here and started talking about me and stuff that I went through and my experiences. At first, I'm thinking, I can make money doing this. But then I thought, what is the point of making money on YouTube when I can just do this as a hobby? I just had a lot of thoughts at that time that was going through my mind. But at the same time, I figured, you know, I'm going through a crazy situation where, my parents have abandoned me in a state that I don't know. And now I'm being kicked out of a room that I've worked so hard to pay for to try to make ends meet. And it's just like so much is happening. And so I went up there and I paid the landlord half of the rent because, I was struggling and my job is not it has cut my hours, so it's not paying me enough, which is another reason why I started a YouTube channel, but um try to start other businesses on the side and um not really getting much traffic from it. And and sometimes when you're doing stuff like that, you start to feel like it's just everything that you're trying to think of that may seem like a good idea seems saturated due to other people that are already doing it. So hold on for a second. Let me fix up something here. It's just whoever subscribed, I appreciate it. Um, and what I also realized is, talking to yourself is your own safe point, is your own safe zone, rather if you're at work, around and about, or you're living with roommates. And the thing is that, hold on for a second, let me get rid of this. This needs to go, gets to go, delete it forever, yes. And pretty much yourself living in this world for 37 years, going on 38 years of my life has taught me is living in this world, yourself, you and yourself is your only best friend. The only person that you trust, the only person you care about is yourself, nobody else. You can't trust nobody. People that you think that are your friends are not what you think they are behind the scenes. Now, I spoke with my mother the other last week, and she leaves me a text message. which I will get to in just a moment. So she sends me a text message, right? So instead of her just telling me, hey, I'm not gonna be able to help you this time, but I'll try to see if I can do something. Maybe, maybe sometime next week. Maybe sometime in July, right? And this is what happens when you have parents, especially for those that just live with their moms, and they drive the men out of the households. But then you got some men that don't want nothing to do with their own sons. And you're asking for help. You can't even get normal support. Normal support from families anymore. Because you're the oldest, you get exiled. You get treated like you don't even exist in the family anymore. The only time they talk to you is when they need something, and you just treat it like a disposable commodity. So it reads, you need to figure out what you are going to do about a second pastime job while you can and get it together. Because I will be having surgery, I won't be able to help. Well, at least she admit that. I have taken care of you to the best of my ability without the expectations of any return refunds. Now I too make sure I am okay. You tell Nimza life is not easy, even for me, and I'm sorry, but I cannot work myself to an early grave. While people around me don't seem to understand, I am catching a hard time as well. The doctor has restricted my work, and if it were not for me staying with my daughter, I don't know how I would survive. So basically, she over exaggerates. My thing is, she could have just told me, hey, I'm not going to be able to help because I got a surgery and I got to pay for this and I'm not going to be able to work for a while. But she makes this whole dramatic, then she puts out her daughter. Now, this is my mother that's saying this. She's saying staying with her daughter as if like she's not even my sister to begin with. So you see, even mothers and families. Now she said that she taken care of me within the best of her ability. But the only thing she did, she paid so much money to go to Africa. I never asked her that I wanted to go to Africa. She offered for me to go. I just like, okay. She paid so much money to get me here to Alaska. And I was thinking, coming here thinking, okay, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna make some money. Then I'll be able to get out of here. And now she's saying that she acts as if like, you know, like I'm the only person that's catching a hard time. It ain't just me. Everybody's having a hard time. However, when you have family, that's supposed to support you in any way they can. Now, I don't really ask my mother for a lot, for help, a whole lot. I don't. But she's making it seem like I'm working her down to the grave. She's making it seem like, like it's like she's more fond of my sister than she is of me. And then she says to look for a second job. But the problem is, it's harder to even get one job, let alone two. It's even harder to just to get one job. And of course, everybody's going through it. See, when you have people like this, you can't even get normal support from them. They think that you're overworking them. I don't even ask her for help all the time. This is just one particular day, one particular time. I mean, she helped me in other times, but I always paid her back. See, this is why yourself is your only best friend. There have been times where my mother would always say that I was the best friend that she ever had. And the thing is, it's like, thank you, Stank 33. Um, Parents, they just, and it makes me quite, you ever get to the point where you question yourself and you start asking yourself, like, are they really your parents? Are they really your parents? You know, did they really raise you? Or could it be a possibility that your real parents are out there somewhere? And I just don't, I don't really understand. I don't get it. I'm just ready to get out of this house. Ready to get out of this house. This house is a prison. It is quiet as a mouse. And the reason for that, I mean, it's good to have a place where it's quiet, but at the same time, it's like people are so here, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a peaceful community. It just feels like, okay, everybody is in their rooms, right? People get in their cars. Most of them are probably at work. And it's like they can't really do anything in this house. They can't hang out with other roommates. They can't interact with each other without the crazy landlord trying to get in, trying to watch, thinking that somebody's up to something. So, um, America. Oh, I was eating some hot dogs. Mm. Yeah, I was eating some hot dogs. I ate some cherries earlier with little money that I had. And the landlord was like, just temporary, at least until you can get. I'm like, yeah, but what makes you think that, okay, let's say if I did get the money, what makes you think that the money that I'm getting, you're just gonna, I mean, what you gonna do? Move me out of the room, put somebody else in there, and then turn around and move them out and put them somewhere else? What if they don't want to? See, this is the kind of thing that she don't think about. Because what if they get in here and they don't want to leave? Now, I don't know if this is the cheapest room, you know what I'm saying? But if they get down here, they're not going to want to let this room go. I mean, I've been in this room for a while. They're not going to want to let this room go. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't come to that because at the same time, it's like, you know, kicking people out of the rooms and having them sleeping on couches. That ain't that ain't good. And then the crazy thing is, like I said before, she got somebody staying in $1,000 room. But out of all the rooms, you're trying to kick you're trying to kick somebody else that's been here for a while. Telling you. But then it's like, even though it seems like even though people are paying rent, she's still trying to move them out of their rooms. I don't want to sleep on no couch because if I'm sleeping on the couch, then there's no point in me paying rent. You might as well just let me stack up my money and go at this point. And she said, well, we'll chat. I'm not trying to chat with her. The thing is even if she did move me out of this room, it ain't gonna make her situation any better. Everybody is struggling. People's hours are getting cut on their jobs. People gradually are losing their jobs and getting replaced with AI. And it's growing rapidly fast. And I overheard her say that she don't even have any skills. And I'm thinking, okay, but it's not too late to pick up a skill. What do I preach on this channel all the time? Pick up a skill and get out of America, right? However, pick up a skill, do something that you love to do, so you don't have to depend and enslave yourself to these corporation jobs that are already replacing people with AI in the first place. But she doesn't want to do that. She's complacent, trying to depend on one source of income. She's getting all these random people in here talking about what she's going to do. But then at the same time, you're trying to sell the house. So if you're trying to sell the house, that ain't going to work. That ain't gonna work. She's saying that she need more money, right? She's saying that people are not paying her. I just don't really understand. And I think a lot of the people that stay here, they got cars. They got car notes and they got to plate their license plate every other maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't know how Alaska does it, but you know, they got to get their driver's license renewed. Probably I know that for every 5 years. Let's see. Chaos. I also believe she's telling lies about certain people not paying. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking because you mean to tell me you got all these people here and you're saying people ain't paying you. What she's really doing, because see, I gave her $150 to make up for the month of May's rent, right? Because I paid her 300, and then she was like, "It's enough. That's fine to keep the internet going." So I did that. So then um, I paid her 150 to make up for it because I was struggling and I didn't have the money, right? So then I had my phone bill came out, and that's what screwed me over because I would have paid her the money that she needed at that time, and I had forgot to automatically pause my cell phone payment. Um, so then she leaves this long text messages talking about how like is basically she basically kind of blaming me for her problems and the situations that she's going through in her life. And she's saying basically in a nutshell that it's all my fault that she's going through what she's going through when it's not. And yes, I think she is telling lies. But like I said, when I first moved here, the guy that used to stay in this room told me that she's a liar and she's a scammer. Now let me show you the difference. So I spoke with the landlord that lives in the state of Minnesota, St. Paul. And basically, her name is Teresa, and she has a community. She has a nice storage house. She said that the rent, that's what I'm saying. Okay, let me read this. I love reading comments. You're paying her basically every week. What is she bitching about? And don't let her complain to you because you have your own issues to iron out. Yeah, that's true. But you know, when she called me that day and she was like, and I said, everybody's going through something, even myself. She was like, well, it doesn't seem like you're going through something. It seems like you're doing just fine. I don't even know if I did a live stream talking about that, but I think I did. And I'm like, just because it seems like I'm doing fine doesn't mean that I'm doing fine. And the thing is that okay. And the thing is that um last year I was paying her 350 and another 350, which is approximately equals to 750. But my rent regularly, it was at $675 when I moved here because she had me paying a $200 deposit. Then she turned around and I was paying 400 just for moving in. So she sends me a message And Kathy sends a message now. She's saying, so now she's telling me, you've paid for the couch, but owe me 50, but we will let that slide. And then she says, move to the couch in the first half, someone to for your room. They are coming tomorrow to look at your room and will be here 10, the only then leaving a, I don't get what she's saying. The only leaving a surgical tech. So I don't know what she's talking about. So the couch, it is so I can have first and last $800. I don't get it. She's saying that I pay her, but I owe her $50. That don't make any sense. You see what I'm saying? This is some craziness. It don't make any sense. Chaos August can't hear fast enough. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm just gonna have to pack up a lot of stuff. I'm just gonna throw away and I'm just gonna leave. Um and I'll probably do YouTube short here and there just to let you guys know what's going on and then go from there because this is getting ridiculous. You can bring your desk and dresser and rack and pull it out by the couch. I'm moving someone in who will at first and last and not in payments and be a month late or be a month. So it is what it is. So it looks like she's giving out this room and I'm just gonna work the job that I'm working and a lot of stuff I'm just gonna throw away because she said something about the surgeon. Be here 10, the only 10 then leaving a surgical tech. So the couch it is so I can have, I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about. But so I'm assuming that she doesn't want to move to the couch. She doesn't want to sell the house because if she's selling the house, if she's selling the house and okay, let's just put this through AI and let's see if we can um let's see if AI can rephrase everything. So she's getting me out of the couch, right? And she doesn't want nobody to pay half. So so this is kind of putting me it's not putting me in a good spot right now. So this is what I have to go through. I don't even know what I'm going to be paying her to be honest because she said that I owe her 50 and I pay her $350. That was $350. Now I had her blocked, so I didn't get most of her text messages. But but I don't even know how much I owe her. This is crazy. This is what I have to go through. So she's probably looking at me owing her 400. I'm not really sure. But so yeah, I'm gonna be packing up because she started saying, well, she's trying to get me out of this room. And there were times when I paid her 350 and paid another 350, right? And she's saying that um let me see here. Let's get AI to I use Google Gemini. If I can find it. So I probably won't do live streams like this unless if I go somewhere else. And the thing is, it's like um I'm just gonna leave, book a ticket, and I'm just gonna leave. So let me see here. Let's see. Mm, mm, Yep, this is reality. And see, out of all the people that she have in her house, right? She's saying that it's not just me, but it doesn't really make any sense. Now she has another roommate that's been here for 3 months, probably a little over 6 or 5 months, and she ain't paid nothing. And then she says, "Oh, she's been paying a little this and a little that." So she's sending somebody in for my room, right? And it's like, okay, so if you're doing this, then I'm just gonna throw away everything, and I'm just gonna get prepared to leave. Um, I gotta wait until I get a message, and then we can just go from there. Because right now, this is just ridiculous. But let's get Gemini. Let's see AI. Because at first, hold on for a second, guys. All right. Because at first, she told me to go ahead and get some rest and we'll talk and chat tomorrow. But then she turns around and she sends these messages now out of nowhere. And it's just like, then she tries to make it seem like, oh, it's just only temporary until you can get no. Then she said I owe her $50. How do I owe you $50 when I just already paid you for last month's rent? Because I already paid her. It's crazy. Because I already paid her, like, I don't know how much I paid her. I know it was a lot, though. It's crazy, you know? So, right now, hold on for a second. Okay. Um, in this image, and this is crazy. I mean, my thing is, I paid her March. I paid her in full in April. When it got down to, you know, I just don't really get it. Because my thing is, it's like, even if I paid her the full amount, what difference does it make? Right? So I'm going to be throwing away a lot of stuff. Because the thing is, it's like, I'm just not going to pay her a dime. I'm just going to save up and I'm getting out. Because This is ridiculous. At least I'm paying something. She has a she has a roommate that hasn't paid. She has a roommate that has not paid in like 5 months. And yet, out of all the people in the room, you're kicking me out. And you're right, OG. You're right. August needs to get here fast enough. It really does. It really does. And here's the thing. She's lying. Because how is it that nobody's paying her? And I even told her that I was going to pay her the next week. Okay, so I ran this through. Oh crap, it's so dark in here. Okay. I don't really like this type of light, but it kind of sounds like it. But I think it's more of a double standard between two genders. Because I noticed that she lets a lot of the females, she lets them get away with things. But when it comes to the men, it's just a whole different scenario. That's what I think. Because you got to remember, what we're going through is not really a race thing, but at the same time, I think it's more of a double standard gender race thing. That's what I think. Okay. Okay, here's the revised text. You've paid for the couch, but still owe me 50, but I will let it slide for now. Move your things onto the couch first. I have someone coming tomorrow to look at your room. They will be here at 10 a.m. Only then are a surgical tech and leaving for work after. They are a surgical tech and leaving for work right after. So the couch is yours for now. That's what she says. So I can collect the first and last month's rent plus 800. You can bring your desk, your dresser. I don't even have a dresser. What is she talking about? And your rack. So she asking me to pull all this shit out. Hell no. I'm not pulling all of that shit out. No. We are not doing that. Mm-mm. This lady is telling me to pull all the furniture out of the damn house. I mean, out of the room. I'm not doing all of that. Hell no. Okay. She's saying the dresser. What dresser is she talking about? I don't have a dresser. She's also saying, and your rack and pull it out by the couch. So I'm going for the couch downstairs. I'm moving someone in who will pay the full amount up front, first and last, and not make payments. Be a month late or not pay month for months. So it is what it is. She's saying basically Kathy is that she's evicting you from your current room and moving you to the common couch area. So basically, yeah, that's what she's doing. She didn't even tell me how much am I paying, but she's saying that I owe her 50. How did I owe you 50? 50 of what? She's saying to have the rack and pull that out. I'm not doing all that. I'm sorry, I'm not doing all that. That is too much work. I'll just take all of my clothes. I'll take everything else. I'm throwing everything in this shelf. When I get a couple of months of my monthly pay, I'm booking a ticket. I'm getting the fuck out of Alaska. She can kiss my ass. So that's what I'm gonna do. Because the thing is, it's like I've been paying half of the rent every month before I was able to get enough money to just keep on paying. She ain't even told me, okay, so how much am I gonna be paying? And she's saying the first and last month's rent. Hold on for a second. Because that doesn't make any sense. I just paid her, I think I paid her like, I paid her around like 400 or 500. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Because this is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck this place, man. And I'll guarantee you this, that house ain't gonna sell. And this is just what I told you. Uh, let's see. Okay, so apparently she's moving somebody in here. So, um, I'm just gonna pack my stuff and I'm just leaving. But there's a lot of stuff I'm just gonna throw away because I'm not gonna really be using a whole lot of stuff. So I'm gonna be throwing a lot of stuff away. Um, because here's my thing. You moving me out of a room, it's gotta just be me. It can't be just that it can't be just that everybody ain't paying. That's the only thing. I tried to use the thing, but it's not working. It can't be just somebody else that ain't paying. It's gotta like I just don't get it. She's saying that people are not paying her. But guess what? I'm just gonna leave. Yeah, I'm leaving. I should have just booked my ticket in July instead of August. This is some BS. And you know, the crazy thing is, I'm taking classes online. And now I'm going through this. But hey, this is what this channel is about. So people can know what I'm actually going through. So she says she's going to have somebody here at 10 a.m. All right. But it ain't, she's saying until she can get the first and last month's rent from somebody else. You see what I'm saying? This is what I got to go through. But you letting a female stay here for months on end and not pay you anything. And then at first she was like, oh, she got up on rent. Then all of a sudden, she ain't caught up on rent. So, yeah, I'm gonna work this job and I also get money from financial aid too. And if there's anybody that is willing, I'm not begging, I'm not asking for money, but I am treating this channel as a business. If there are people that are willing to donate to me in Cash App, it could be $5, $2, whatever. Um, much support would be appreciated. And the reason I'm saying this, not because of this situation, but because I don't have 500 subscribers yet. So I don't have Super Chat yet. So that's why I have my support links. And then she sends another text. Hold on for a second. Let me just turn this because I don't want no light on. Put this up. All right. All right. At least you guys can see me a lot better. All right. So she says you can lick. What? You can let your stuff under the stairs with a key for safekeeping, although nine here stakes and takes anything. So instead of kicking you out, I'm going to show grace and out you on the couch downstairs. Wait a minute. So this is crazy. Mm. She's saying, so she's saying instead of her kicking me out, she's going to show grace. And how is putting me on the couch going to solve anything? She still ain't told me how much am I paying in rent. So you know what? I'm not paying anything. I'm just going to save up my money and I'm leaving. And I'm going to send this to um this is crazy. But, you know, hold on for a second. Let me see. I think right. Well, that's my cue to get out of here. That is my cue to get out of here. Talking about she's showing grace. She's just, this is the type of landlord that I have to deal with. What's up, Jalen? What's up? Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Because my thing is like, she's sitting here saying basically they'll take anything downstairs and I can just leave my stuff in under the stairs. I'm not leaving my stuff under the stairs. I mean, people should know not to take nothing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm throwing away everything, and when I get a little bit of money, I'm just going to book me a ticket and I'm getting out of here. She can kiss my ass. To my son showing grace. Showing grace of what? This is crazy. This is the craziest landlord I've ever met. That's alright though. That's alright. I got plans for that. I got plans for that. Got plans for that. Yeah. Um and this is happening too sudden, so soon. Yeah. Got plans for that. Yep. Got plans for that. I have plans for that. Once I get enough money saved up, I'm leaving. I'm not leaving out of this room just yet. I'll leave when I get ready to. I mean, it is like 12 in the morning. It is 12 in the morning. It is 12 in the morning. 12 in the morning. This is crazy. All right, Jalen, let me bring you up to speed. So, um, so basically, me and OG were just talking along with some other people in the chat, right? And basically, the crazy landlord that I've been dealing with for quite some time, she basically started sending me text messages telling me that she needs to move my stuff out because she's putting me on the couch downstairs. And the reason she's doing that is because I've been doing my best to pay her. And there are times I made partial payments, right? I paid half of the six because I get like the room here is 600 a month. So basically, I've been paying her. Um, so basically, I've been paying her half of that every month. So basically, in a nutshell, um, well, OG, if you want to fill him in, you can. It's just certain stuff I can't say because she might be eavesdropping. But in a nutshell, she's evicted me and she's saying that people are not paying her. But she's evicting me out of the room. But she's got another person that's been here for like, that hasn't paid in like 5 months. Meanwhile, I've been struggling to pay rent to keep this room. And she's moving somebody into this room on the 10th, on I think at 10 o'clock in the morning, Alaska time. So basically, yeah, not an apartment. No, I'm staying in a house, but I'm renting a room out in her house. And so she left a long text message. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning. People are sleeping. And the thing is, it's like, it's too early in the morning to be moving somebody out of their rooms. And then and here's the thing, I just got off from work. I'm tired, exhausted. Then I got to do content. Then I got to check on my schooling. As a matter of fact, speaking of schooling, I got to do this. But yeah, so basic, yeah. OG, if you want to fill him in on what's going on, you can. If you're still there. But in a nutshell, she's evicted me out of the room, and it's like she has another guy that's leaving by the end of this month of June, and she's pulling me out of the room. Out of all people in this house, she's pulling me out of the room and then telling me that she's going to show me grace. Instead of kicking me out, she's going to put me downstairs on the couch. At least I'm downstairs, but at the same time, that is ridiculous. So I'm not even going to pay her for next month. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save up my money. I'm going to book me a ticket and I'm moving to another state. And hopefully uh, the lady can make some arrangements so that I can get the room that's hopefully if it is available between now and 30 days, you know, um, because right, living up here, living up here has not been enjoyable. You should check out some local motels. Yeah, yeah, I should. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look into that. The only reason I haven't left this room yet because it's 12 in the morning. It is 12 in the morning, and everybody is sleeping. So it don't make no sense to have somebody coming here at 10 a.m. in the morning. That should give me more than enough time. Because all this stuff I'm throwing away, I'm not keeping everything. I'm just keeping my electronics and that's it. I might sell my PlayStation 5 because the only thing I use it is for Netflix. But I'm going to be the one that gets some money out of it though. She ain't getting nothing. And I'm going to continue to work the job that I'm working. And then I'm getting, I don't know how much money I'm getting from financial aid, but I'm going to get that and I'm going to build up on that. And I'm going to use that money to get out of here. And, um, and I'm just going to get an Uber to the airport and I'm out of here. I'm just not coming back to this place. This is crazy. You know, this is like really ridiculous. And see, the thing is, kicking me out or moving me on the couch is not going to make her situation any better. And then she sat up here and then she lied, basically saying that people in the text that people weren't paying her, right? And OG was saying that basically it is kind of getting under the assumption that she's lying about people not paying her. So she can have this room, um, give her everything to the guy. He can have it. I'm pretty much gonna throw away the bags of rice. Um, but I'm taking a lot of stuff with me. Hmm. Yeah. So, um, it's just, like, this is just ridiculous. And then basically, she says that I can leave my stuff because she has like a door underneath the stairs, right? But she's saying that um, anybody can just come and take anything. So now she got me downstairs on the couch. But then, how are you going to sell the room? How are you going to sell the house, right? If you're trying to sell the house, that would mean that I would have to put my stuff under the stairs. And it is like 12:17 a.m. in the morning. People are trying to sleep. So I've been paying her rent up to this point, and sometimes I pay half because I'm $100 short. I got my phone bill that I'm paying, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, some of the smaller hotels are struggling right now, so they give deals to rent for the month because business is slow right now. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case in Alaska though, because everything is expensive up here. So I don't know if that's the case with Alaska. But I'm just not trying to stay up here. I'm gonna stay here just so that I can get some money built up, and I'm leaving. I'm packing up and I'm leaving because this is kind of ridiculous. I'm just not paying her a dime. I'm done with that. This landlord, she only cares about money. She doesn't care about working with somebody else. At least I'm paying something. And I told her that I was going to pay next month because I get paid every week at the job that I'm currently working right now. So, and now that I think about it, even if I was paying her in full, she still ain't even told me what set amount am I paying every month since I'm sleeping on the couch. So, I'm not paying anything. I'm just going to save up my money and move to another state that actually have job opportunities, and not a state that does not have job opportunities or cutting people's hours down. I mean, all states are pretty much the same, but at least I can make something. So, I mean, that's the way she's doing it. So, and then she said when I gave her half of the rent for this month. She was like, hold on for a second. And then, like, hold on for a second. And then, like, oh, okay, Jaileries, I bet the city don't know she's renting to multiple people in one house, or they be out there inspecting, 'cause there's a whole set of different ordinance when you're renting to multiple people under one roof. Yeah, that's true. But see, Alaska is one of those states where it's a scam. Now there was a roommate that did rat her out and said that she was selling to multiple people. Um, but unfortunately, like, if she's gonna have people coming in, if she's selling the house, then more than likely they're gonna find out that she's selling the house. OG, are you still there? They're gonna find out that she's selling the house. So, but I'm pretty sure nobody knows. They probably, maybe some people, but probably, yeah, probably not. Probably not. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. And mind you, I just got off from work. I'm tired. And she's expecting me to just up and just move. Bro, 14. I don't understand these people. I don't know what that means. But my thing is it's getting it's already like 12 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. It's alright though. I'm about sick of her anyway. Oh, I forgot to send this to what's her name? But Jalen, the thing is with Alaska being, I'm probably gonna look into that. But with Alaska being a tourist state, you're gonna have a lot of tourists that are gonna be coming over here. So I highly doubt that some of these hotels are gonna be doing monthly because they're so expensive up here. I have 4 rental properties, and I wouldn't, I wouldn't never turn one into room house because it's much harder to evict someone from room house than it is when they rent or lease the whole house. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, there are other landlords that do that too. You know, they have a house and they rent rooms out to people that, trying to build a community, but she's not really building anything, you know. So, like I said, I'm getting somewhere, and then once I get, I'm probably gonna book a ticket, and I'm probably gonna leave sometime in like mid July or probably the end of July to go to another state that actually have jobs. Not that I want to enslave myself to a job for the rest of my life because I'm planning on uh and then the thing is she never really told me how much money am I going to be paying every month since I'm not going to be in this room anymore, right? But she said that I owe her $50, but she said she was going to let that go for now. $50? I never got a text from her saying that I owe her any money. This is ridiculous. This lady is insane and she's batty and she's crazy. And But like I said, it is what it is. So this is the landlord's. You owe us 50 $50 for what? Uh, actually, let me time this person out. I don't even think that's the landlord's husband. Of course, I have a real job. You see, these are comments we get. Do you have any kind of written? Nope, no written agreements, nothing. When I first moved in, and I talked about this in my long form videos, if in my long form videos. So, what happened is when I first met her, we met at some local grocery store area. And then she took me to the bank, told me I needed to pay her $400. Then she said I needed to pay, and that was moving in. Then she said I needed to pay $200 deposit. And then so basically I paid her $600 and I wasn't even in a room yet when I first moved in here, right? We didn't sign no agreements, no background checks, nothing. Meanwhile, the other landlord she said she does background checks, credit, checking your credit. Uh, she says the background check is non-negotiable, and this is the lady in Minnesota. Yep, this is the landlord. Pay to tomorrow. You also owe some if that's crazy. That's just a lot of trolls in here. A lot of trolls. Okay, so let's see what the other message says. You can lock your stuff under the stairs with a key for safekeeping. Although no one here steals and takes anything. So instead of kicking you out by putting you on the downstairs. I mean, my thing is if I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch, hmm. But right now, It's too early to be trying to move out now. I mean, it's like 12:37 in the morning. Let's see here. This is crazy. I know as soon as I move out of this room, I won't be able to go live like I want to. Unless if I go somewhere else. Probably to the library somewhere. And that's probably it. Yeah, this is crazy. A lot of trolls in here tonight. But yeah, the cost of living keeps going up and up and up and up. And it's like let's see. Yes, I plan to get a bigger place in October, but I know that is a while now for you. Yeah. Let me see here. And the cost of living is going up right now. And some people don't understand. Not even a landlord understands that. You know, she's over here evicting people, kicking people out. You know, I mean, yeah, there are some people that got better jobs, but not everybody is fortunate as everybody else. I guarantee this woman don't want to go to court to try to evict you for not moving out that room. She got no written agreement that would expose the shady stuff she's doing with that house. Yeah, I agree, Jayla. I agree. Considering she got a lot of people living in here too. And she said people are not paying. And then she's saying all this random stuff. Now she's evicting me from this room. Out of all the people in this house, I'm getting evicted. It's crazy. And then she gonna tell that lie and talk about, well, it ain't just you. Well, if it ain't just me, then why is it just me getting kicked out? It can't be just me, right? Alright, Kala is a cricket player, guys. Hey, guys. This is ridiculous. Nobody cares about all that. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. Mm, these are some. These are some trolls out here today. This is crazy. So it's probably just me that she's trying to kick out, because I don't think everybody is just around here and they're just not paying rent. I think she's just lying. And even if I was paying rent, she'll probably still kick me out anyway. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it really doesn't matter, OG. Right now, with her, is gender. Because she had a lady that stayed here for, she hasn't paid, from according to what she said, for like 3 months. I'm the one that's actually making payments. I don't see how does that work. I'm making payments. She's made no payments. She also had another lady that stayed here. Now I don't know how long she's been here. She's from Jamaica. I don't know how long she's been here, but as far as long as I've been here, she's been here since June, and I've been knowing her since June. She all the way to October. She was living rent free, saved up $7,000 just to go back to her home country. And with me doing live streams like I normally do them, I can't do them anymore because I'm going to be out there in the hallway on the couch. Yep, yep. Well, guys, I got a big day first thing, so it looks like I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch until I can get enough money to get out of Alaska, because moving to a state where There are actually opportunities where you're not dealing with shady people and other stuff. Cost of living is going up. Too much going on. Yeah, it's gonna be for a while until I can get set up. I probably do shorts here and there. I probably do a video, like here and there whenever I get the opportunity. Um, Usually when I go to work, I do videos. Usually, okay, that's two. Usually when I go to work next week, usually I'm actually yeah, usually I am doing videos as I go to work, and then I'll load it up on YouTube. I'm so tired. It is really tiring. I mean, how much money does she need when she got all these people living in her house? You know what I'm saying? Sorry, my eyes are just leaking. I'm not crying. So I'm gonna reach out to this lady here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move to Minnesota, to another state. That's what I'm gonna end up doing. I would stay right in that room and tell her the new person can take the couch. Yeah, that sounds ideal, Jalen. That really does. That sounds ideal. But then, she'd probably end up throwing my stuff out on the streets. Because she did that to another guy. I think his name was Xander. He was here. I agree. I agree with you, Jalen. I just don't want to deal with no drama. I'm just gonna save up enough money and I'm just gonna book it. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I mean, Alaska don't really have that many job opportunities anyway. And the thing is that I know a roommate that actually did that, and they actually um went through, like, the landlord actually went through his stuff in his room and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm just sitting here like, you know, I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, wow, you actually went through this man's room. Y'all opening the door while he's sleeping. He made a statement. He's not here anymore, but he made a statement. He said, well, I'm not paying you anything. He's like, I'm not paying, well, according to what the landlord said, I'm not paying you anything. You can take me to court if you want to. That's basically what, from what I've been told. And basically, that's when she was eager to get him out. Excuse Excuse me. That's when she was eager to get him out of here. Yep. Hold on for a second. It's leaking. But yeah, that's when she was eager to get him out of here. Not sure if I want to go through that. I just have a better way of dealing with situations like this. But I agree with you, Jalen. Then again, she might call the police, but who knows? I don't know. Let's see. Jalen reads with no written agreement. It sounds like this lady is just playing by her own rules, taking advantage of people in need, just throwing somebody's stuff out. It's illegal. It is. Yeah, it really is illegal. She did that to one roommate, the one that she claimed that attacked her, and her name is Sasha, and she exposed her, saying that she had a lot of people in her house, and, along with some other stuff, and they lost the case. She sent other roommates to go testify for her in court without and she not go testify herself. So she'd rather send other roommates that don't even know her from a can of paint to go testify her in court. I'm telling you, this lady is doing some shady stuff. But you're right, she is playing by her own rules. You're right. She is just switching things around where she sees fit. And the thing is, I can't speak for all landlords because every landlord is different. But she doesn't care about nothing but the bottom line. This lady said that she got a husband that makes 1,000. I mean, you guys heard the audio. 185,000 a year. If your husband is paying for everything, and if your husband is paying all the bills, then what is this? Hey Jalen, so there's a guy that used to stay in this room when I first moved in to this house, and I don't know his name, but he told me this. He said there's something that you need to know about her. He said that she is a liar and she's a scammer. Now, what do you guys think about that? Up until this point, and everything that I done told you at this point, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts. Mm-hmm. Oh, she don't want to call the police because she will be exposing, especially if you got that address on your ID that makes that your legal residence, especially if she has no written agreement. Well, actually, my driver's license or ID is from the state of Alabama. So technically, I'm not even from here. My mother paid all that money to get me up here, but my uncle threw me out on the streets over some stupid ish. Um, yeah, she ain't got no written agreement at all. All I did was pay the deposit She asked for like $400 just moving in. And as I stayed here, she was like, you got to do a chore, or that's, I think she said like $25 if you don't do a chore. If you're doing a longer wash, that's $10. Shorter wash is $5. Then she changed it to $3 for a quick wash. And then now all of a sudden it's like she's having people pay rent and pay for other stuff too. But the way that's supposed to work is if a person is renting a room, they only supposed to pay a deposit, and that's a one-time fee. For the rest of the month, they're paying uh for the rest of the month, they're um paying rent, and nothing else is supposed to be there's no other fees that's supposed to be included. I mean, yeah, everything is supposed to be included in paying rent. No other fees is supposed to be uh charged. When you pay your rent, you're paying for everything. It is a crazy world we live in. Crazy place we live in. And if this guy's a tech insurgent, I'm assuming that she ain't give the rooms up to the other people. Jalen reads, y'all keep up with the comments. I love the comments. Let me see, I like to read. Let's see, I bet if you told her I'm not moving out that room, you going to have to serve me with an eviction notice. She'll be sick 'cause she knows she can't go to court to get one because she'll be exposed. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That is true. But then again, listen to Jalen, bro. Yeah, I agree. But she says she's moving me on the couch. On the couch. Claiming that she's trying to show mercy. And here's the crazy thing about it. When I first gave her the rent today, well, half of it anyway, because I told her I was going to pay her the other half next month. Then I'll be able to pay her the full amount within that same month. And she was all nauseated. She was just sleeping. She was all like, well, you know, um, we'll talk. Are you gonna work? We're just gonna talk. What I want to do is try to put you on the couch, and just so that we can get somebody else in, and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, Yeah. Um, I know a roommate that actually did that exact same thing. And my thing is, I would do that, but I ain't trying to go through all that because my thing is, it's like at the same time, I ain't trying to have my stuff thrown out on the streets because she did that with the last roommate. And she even talked about how she threw his stuff out or in talking about throwing some more of his stuff out. So I ain't trying to go through all that. But I get what y'all saying. But I ain't trying to go through all of that. I'm just gonna what I am gonna do is I'm not paying her anything. I'm just gonna keep my money in my pocket, save up enough money, and I'm leaving out of here. That's what I am gonna do. Cause she said to go get some rest. Okay, check this out. When I gave her half of the rent money, right? I told her, I said, here's the other rent money. I can pay you half next month. And not only that, I'll have a little bit more because I filed my taxes for this year already. And I'm getting financial aid money also in July. So that's a lot of money that I'm getting next month. A lot. Well, not the tax money, but the financial aid money. And check this out. When October hits, I also get my dividend check and it's going to be sent direct deposit to my bank account. Cuz Alaska does the dividend check. So my plan is right now is just play along. Only difference is I'm keeping money in my pocket. And when I get enough money, I'm going to book a flight and I'm leaving Alaska. I'm going to Minnesota. And wait a minute. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, OG. Because sure, I can do that. Sure, I can call her bluff. But here's the best thing about that. I'd let her know you tried to make move on the couch. Hold on a sec. I let her know you tried to make me move to the couch. I'm calling the city's house authorities and see if what you're trying to do to me is legal. Cause you have rights as a renter. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jalen. I do. But see, my thing is, I'm getting tired of being here in the first place. This place is a prison. And the thing is, she likes to control and manipulate when she can't get what she wants. But then she punishes those who are trying to do the right thing. And then she don't punishes those who are not doing the right thing. She has a roommate right now that's been here for like 5, 6 months. 3, for about approximately 5 months now, and she has not paid a single dime of rent, according to what the landlord is saying. So that's the plan. That is the that is the plan. That is definitely the plan. Because my thing is, I still have to go to work. And yes, she can't throw my stuff out because it's illegal. But at the same time, that's not gonna stop her from throwing my stuff out on the streets, or worse. I'm loving the comments, guys. I'm loving the comments. Sometimes it's better to be wise about something than to, because the thing is a lot of the roommates that stay here, they already know what's going on, and I didn't have to say anything. Yet they're still staying here. Yeah, the reason she hasn't put that lady out, she can't. Well, number one, probably has no agreement papers. Number two, she's scared that the courthouse, cause then she'll be exposed. And the lady that hasn't paid probably know this. Yeah, probably. I wouldn't put it past them. Yep, yep. Facts, Jalen. Facts. That's facts. Hmm. And also because from what she told me is she told me because she gave her bracelets and sweets and stuff, and I'm just like, I gave her a bottle of orange juice. And I didn't do it because I was trying to get off rent free. I was just doing something nice. And she tried to act as if like she didn't even want the orange juice. Like I was up to something, like I wanted something. I didn't want anything. Yeah, that's basically what she's doing. That's what I'm thinking she's doing. Hmm. I'm starting to get some ideas. But I think I'm gonna do that when I leave. Because my thing is I want to make sure my gear and stuff is intact. She says people don't steal, but you still can't trust people. You know what I'm saying? How would she know that people here don't steal nothing? Because when I first moved in, I had two Nintendo 3DS systems. Two Nintendo 3DS systems. You guys know back in the day when those two Nintendo 3DS systems that came out back in 2011? I think it was farther than that. Okay, I had two. I had a blue one and a galaxy one. Both of them were stolen out of my room by the Jamaican girl that she had staying here for 5 months and didn't pay anything. I agree. Why not have a little fun with her before you leave? But I'm saying that's way she'll stop trying to play him like a pushover. She's not playing me like a pushover because what she don't realize is it's the quiet ones. Because I'm a quiet person. I observe a lot, but I don't say much. And it's the quiet ones that you underestimate. It's not always going to be the loud ones. It's always going to be the quiet ones. And trust me, I already got something in place. It's going to be well worth it. But I'm going to do it when I leave because I want to leave with my stuff intact. Got a lot of trolls in here today. We got a lot of trolls in here today. But I get what you guys are saying. But like, my thing is, I'm not trying to put myself in that situation. I agree with what you guys are saying, and I hear what you guys are saying, but I don't want to put myself in that situation. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm a pushover. It's just I'm doing this in a way where um I'm just doing this in a way where I'm not putting myself in any risks that I got to deal with. Just a little advice from me and Jalen, but do works for you. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but remember, it's the quiet ones. Okay, Jalen, let's see, it reads, that's what I mean. She thinking, oh, he quiet. He not going to call or reach out to no one about what I'm doing. But when you tell her you have, she going to have second thoughts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that day is coming. That day is coming. Like I said, I got plans for that. I got plans for that. Yep. Mhm. I understand, OG. Yep. Yep. But my plan for right now is playing along until I get enough money and I'm leaving. And I know with some of the hotels, mm, some of the hotels probably have good deals. So I'll probably do that and then find some work there until this lady can let me know what she's gonna do. Um, because I can really use a place to stay right now. Which, okay, already went through that. Um, so basically, I'm supposed to be getting, um, okay, so for the summer, okay, hold on, let's see. We've waived your fees. Okay. And then, man, this is gonna be a lot of money. Wait a minute. So that's how much I'm gonna be left with. But how much is gonna be for the deposit? Tuition adjustment. Ooh, I got the guys at the college. I got the alumni. I got the alumni advancement grant. I still gotta call them about uh that 50. I think it's like a some kind of grant I'm supposed to be getting. I got a call. I got a voicemail about that. I got a call. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna do what works for me. Oh, before I forget, I made a T-shirt. I made two new T-shirts. The first one, I think it's priced out of America, and it's got my life story logo on the back of it. And the second T-shirt, it's got my logo on it. It's got a guy staring himself in the mirror, and it's titled "Myself Understands Me." So with this thumbnail for this live stream, there's a T-shirt for that thumbnail that's already on sale right now. I just posted it early. I think it was on a Wednesday when I excuse me. I think it was on a Wednesday when I posted this um I can't get the words out when I posted the T-shirt. So it'll be, let me check. I think it's in the post. I think it's gonna be on my YouTube post. It'll be the second one where it says July the 24th, 2026. That's gonna be the one. I'll just pin it. Let's see, did I pin it? Okay. I'll pin it so you guys, and all you gotta do is scan the QR code and you can try one of the smaller hotels/motels privately owned ones, not the big chain ones. It's the small ones that are hurting for business right now. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna look at. Do you got any ideas for any hotels? Because I'm moving to Minnesota, so any ideas for smaller hotels? Actually, let me look that up. Let me see. Uh, using Google Gemini for this as well as information. Let me see here. Let me go to roomings. Do, 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 do. Okay, let me see. With challenges as corporate chains dominate the extended stay market. However, independent properties rely heavily on cash and direct pay travel, though you usually have to call or walk in and a producer the best weekly rate. And what I probably need to do is, um, I'm probably gonna have to make a reservation too prior to me going there. That's probably what I'm gonna have to do. Let's see. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Yep. Let's see. Oh, goodness gracious. Hmm. Yeah, I'm planning on moving to Minnesota, so trying to find something. Uh, da-da-da. Mm, let's see. Let's see. Oh shoot. It is dark in here. Well guys, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Um I'm gonna create a Discord. It's gonna be an app that you can download. And I'm gonna send a link into the post on YouTube. I'll create a community so that way I can be in touch with you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, I gotta end this stream so I can get some rest because looks like I'll be moving out to the couch first thing in the morning. Thank you guys for tuning in, and keep a lookout on the YouTube post because I will be. Me too, man. And if you guys know any hotels, because I'm moving to Minnesota, state. So if you guys know any good hotels or anything like that, uh, feel free to. I'm gonna make a Discord, or you can just comment in the post. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna go live as soon as I get my situation sorted out. Like I said, I'm gonna make a Discord community group, and I'm gonna do it right now while I'm here on the live. This is ridiculous. I'm just not going. I just refuse to. Okay, it's just too much light. I just refuse to live like this. You know, if being homeless for 6 years, if it has taught me anything, it's taught me that I deserve better than this. Friends, study group, friends. Oh, see, study group. Okay. Gonna create one right now. And let me see here. Some owe us $50. I owe you nothing. Okay. Move that here. I don't know if it'll let me drag and drop. Do, 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 do. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Okay. Alright. So let me edit this. Instead of it 30 days, I'm gonna make it never, no limit. Okay. Create a new link. Alright. I'm going to send it to you guys. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, I'll keep going live as soon as I get this situation sorted out. Because if I'm going to be on the couch, I'm not going to be able to go live and talk about a lot of things. Because I'm going to be out in the hallway and people can hear, especially the crazy landlord. She can hear everything. So, and not to mention she got to pay property taxes. And I think every homeowner has to pay property taxes as well. And I'm just thinking like, you know, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, make sure you guys, if you don't have Discord, download it. It's free. And then you can the link won't expire. And I'll make sure I put this on the YouTube post as well. The link won't expire. Um, I set it to where it don't expire. I'm gonna go ahead and get some rest. Alright, I just put it up as a post on YouTube. and it'll be easier for me to stay in contact with everybody. And of course, my name on Discord is Cybermax. It's my gaming channel name. But yeah. So I just posted the Discord link. It won't expire, so you guys are free to get on there and become part of the community. All right, man. Just um, stay tuned. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably be doing shorts and videos. So it'll be a minute before I'm able to do live streams, unless if I'm going to like the mall or something, and I just sit there and whatever. But I'll keep you guys informed. I'll be using the YouTube post, and also I have a new Discord community. So all you gotta do is download the Discord app and become a member. You don't gotta pay nothing; it's free. And I'll be posting my updates on there as well. It'll be easier for me because you know I got the app, so if I'm on my phone, I can just send you know whatever. All right, guys, take care of yourself, and I'll be back soon with another live stream. Hold on, real soon with another live stream.